What's up, guys? Welcome to First Issue Tech. My name is Kyle T, joined by Mr. Courtney. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. I'm feeling real good. Another day above ground is a great day for me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First Issue Tech, Episode 1, Mission 7. Wow.
7? Dope.
7, yeah. We're 7 missions deep. You guys have been to battle with us. This war is coming up, and we hope you guys stay on for the ride.
Awesome. So thanks for sticking around for the ride. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of leaks with the NSA. People are getting a little up in feathers about. We're talking about that new sweet Bluetooth 5.0 that no one seems to be talking about, which is the kind of tech that I love.
Yeah, which is weird because no one's talking about Bluetooth 5.0, and it's a big leap. When Bluetooth went from 3.5 to 4 to 4.1, people were going crazy, but they're not really talking about 5, which is a little weird.
Oh, they will once we start getting about them details and juicy details. Also, you guys like 4K content?
I like 4K content.
You guys...
Wait, are we talking 4K or 4K HDR? Oh, it don't matter. Anything over 1080p is great for me.
True. Well, if you like 4K and you like space, NASA's got you hooked up because they're about to stream you some 4K footage from space to your face.
Sir. April 26th is going down, literally.
Oh yeah, because I see what you did there. Down, because space is up. Word.
Yeah.
And shots fired. Pew, 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 pew. PS4 Pro has a native 4K 60 FPS game.
Yeah, but it's a cartoon.
We'll get to there. Bring it back around. That's our itinerary for today. So we're going to start off, what's up with Windows, NSA, hackers, security flaws? What's going on with that?
All right, so you've got Microsoft, and you've got the government, and you've got tinfoil hat wearers thinking that they're secretly in the bed together, and Microsoft is providing backdoor access to consumer OSs from day one, which is not necessarily true as far as I know. I'm not saying that I know all things Microsoft, but I do know a lot about Microsoft and how they view security and privacy. Now, what happened was just recently the NSA found a few exploits they took advantage of, and they made it known to Microsoft. But Microsoft had already fixed those exploits, which were not real backdoors. They were just vulnerabilities in the OS that no one caught, not even some of their scrub teams. Yeah. But what's normal for Microsoft and other companies is to hire hacker groups to go through and try to crack their system. And if they do, they pay them to show them how they got through, so that way they can fix it before or after it's released. And what's being made public right now is like, oh, the NSA and Microsoft, this backdoor, and this is what's going on, your privacy, you're no one saved, conspiracy, ooh. I'm sorry, that's just another distraction. You need to focus on the orange man in the office.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that, man, people like to study conspiracies time in and time again. Yes, there's always gonna be vulnerabilities in software. No software is perfect. No hardware is perfect, and it happens all the time. There's new stuff being created all the time. And anytime people hear about it, they freak out. Well, hey, by the time you hear about it, you're already 3 months behind. There's something new going on right now. There's always a battle going on, man. And unless you're a hacker yourself, you ain't even got to keep up with it. Don't even worry about it. Stop going to all your weird porn sites and looking up all of your adult content, and you won't have anything to worry about. Or at least go to trusted ones that don't fill you up with viruses and spam.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft would not put a backdoor on any of their products because they do business around the world. And being that they do business worldwide, they have to make their source code available. And if they didn't make their source code available, then there would be some, I forgot what laws they're called, but there would be some laws or countries where they wouldn't be able to sell their software. So if they don't provide that information for governments to make sure that it's safe for them to use for whatever reason they're using it for, Microsoft's not getting that money. So what do you think is going to happen? They're going to go ahead and provide their source code. So there's absolutely no reason for them to provide any backdoors to the NSA for people to get in.
Yeah.
If, say for instance, you're a pedophile who should be castrated and killed in public, and by the way, that's just my personal opinion about any rapists or pedophiles out there. You're a pedophile and you're online and you're looking at inappropriate material. Like I said before, you should be castrated and beheaded in public. That's just my personal opinion. That information is not freely available, but if you are caught, the government would have to subpoena your ISP provider and Microsoft to provide all of that information, so that way it can be used in a court of law and used. But that's the only way. There's no, hey, let me just monitor everybody. Not right now. The only way for them to have unauthorized access or unlimited access and the ability to crack any system in the world anytime they want it, as far as we know it, it doesn't exist. And that would be through quantum computing, where you can use zeros and ones, which is current binary, simultaneously. And that's light years from what we're able to understand. I mean, who knows? It might be out in 5 years, but as far as I know as a consumer, we're nowhere near ready for quantum computing, which will give governments and other security agencies unlimited access immediately, because the computing power will just crush anything that we have right now, period. So like you were saying, and I have to concur, is that, come on people, don't worry about what you see on the TVs and NSA watching you. FBI says cover up your camera on your laptop, all of that stuff. Maybe you should cover up your laptop cam because, yeah, you're on Wi-Fi, and if you take an ethical hacking course, you actually learn you can hack anybody's Wi-Fi within 2-3 minutes, and it's not even a joke. It's not a joke. And you can learn ethical hacking for $50 online. So if it's sad, but it's true. You can literally just, if you're on a public Wi-Fi like Panera Bread, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, any of those places, if you're on that Wi-Fi and there's a hacker sitting there, they can see all your photos, all your messages, everything. Everything. Believe me when I tell you, you can see everything.
So yeah, cover up your cameras, but don't worry too crazy
about your security, no back doors. You don't have to get in. You don't have to change the locks because there's a back door through your Windows OS. It just doesn't exist.
Nice. So let's segue away from that little slightly downer to very much upper. Bluetooth 5.0 is here with the release of the Samsung Galaxy S8. I believe it's going to be the first device to use it in the mainstream, but we're getting some really exciting features, and one feature, is really that all consumers are going to care about, and I'm going to be amazed when people start to realize that they can do this. But let's go over Bluetooth 5.0. Obviously, you got 4 times the range now, so you're going to have less likely of walking around the corner and losing your connection on your headphones if they support it, or your earbuds. But the kicker, and the one that everyone's going to love as soon as they figure out, you can simultaneously connect to 2 media output devices. That's right, connect separately to 2 different Bluetooth speakers and individually control their volume. So you can either have 2 different headsets for people, one who's kind of low, one who's really high, or you can rock the party with 2 individually paired speakers. And when you really want to rock the party, you can pair to 2 speakers that are then paired to another set of speakers and just go total crazy wireless.
And not to mention with your IoT devices, the Internet of Things devices, as far as home securities or Bluetooth speakers, it's going to have the ability to have a capacity for location awareness. So if you're at home or if you're at work, say you're at work and you're listening to a certain type of music while you're working, or you're in school, you have on classical music to help you study, and you come home and you want to rock out. Once you get within range of the house, it's going to flip on to what you would normally listen to when you come home and have it playing for you. When you walk in the door, it's going to connect as long as it's powered on and ready to go. So I think something like that is cool. That's something we've never seen in Bluetooth. Also, the data streams, the slow transfers.
Yeah.
It's going to be comparable. I'm going to have to say it's going to be comparable to USB 3.0 or maybe even USB Type C. It's going to be that fast. The ability to transfer 4K extremely fast like that is a huge step with the Bluetooth technology.
Man, can you imagine people trying to stream all their content right from their phone to their TV via Bluetooth?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. And what you were mentioning earlier, when offline we were talking, when you were saying about 8 times the range, it's actually the messaging capacity. So that's basically the number of channels on how much information flows. So Yeah, that's a huge jump in technology. So I'm surprised that people really aren't talking about Bluetooth right now. I'm really excited to see where this is going and why we haven't seen much about it. Like the broadcasting capacity is increased by like 800%. It quadruples the range, it doubles your speeds, increases data broadcasting by 800%. Oh, perfect example. You remember how we would have two Bluetooth speakers paired together and we would play a movie trailer or watch a movie or something while we were showing to customers, and there was always that voice lag and there was nothing you can do about it regardless of how far you got away. It was always just a subtle lag where it was like watching an old kung fu movie. You hear the words and then you see their mouths move. Well, with Bluetooth 5 you won't have that. The chances of you having that are going to be really slim because of the increased broadcast capacity. So that's a big step too.
Lower latencies?
A lot lower latencies.
Nice. Now, when we get fast enough to where I can start playing Bluetooth instruments, and it's Bluetooth into my headphones real time, then I'll be even more impressed. I don't think we're there yet.
Well, if we start playing Bluetooth instruments, then it's going to be just like a lot of these mumble rappers, no talent.
Hey. Well, I mean, we already have desktop musicians, man. It's been a thing.
Entertaining. Yes, but talent, I wouldn't call it talent. That's like saying golf should be in the Olympics. First, to any of my golfers out there, no disrespect, golfing is a talent. Yes, absolutely. It is a sport, but I don't think it should be Olympic competitive like that. I think it should be more like running and jumping traditional Olympics, but that's me, my closed-minded thinking of what the Olympics should be. Wrestling, running, swimming, muscle stuff, that stuff. Not how far can you hit a little ball with a long metal stick.
I get it. Olympics for you is more about your physical endurance and mental endurance.
You might as well put Lego building or chess in the Olympics. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just saying, to me, put sex in the Olympics. Make that an Olympic sport. I want to see that. Sign me up. Where do I train?
It's called Brazzers. We are not sponsored, just putting it out there. No money. But if you want to sponsor us, we would love to have you as a
sponsor. We would wear your clothes and show some of your videos for advertising. We would love to have you as a sponsor. We would even participate in some of your programs. Separately, of course.
Alright. Okay, so we're gonna need some space after that one.
Some NASA space.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be receiving a 4K broadcast from space at the ISS, International Space Station. That's pretty cool. I don't even think the Super Bowl broadcasts in 4K yet, does it?
No, and it might this year. But the cool thing about it is, since it's a one-way, it's what's it called, a unichannel. It's a single channel stream. It's only going down, so there's no up, so you don't have to worry about latency. Plus, over microwaves, you can move millions, trillions of bits at once through microwaves. As long as it's a clear shot and it goes exactly how it's supposed to go, we're going to get a 4K broadcast straight from space. The first time it's ever done. And for people that are, that like to see space or are interested, it's a big deal. I would love to see space in 4K. I would love to see it with my own two eyeballs. But,
it's maybe the closest we get.
Space tourism. Yeah, I mean, the space tourism isn't there yet. And my pockets aren't deep enough yet to afford that trip. So, but they will be. And I will make multiple trips a year. I can't wait to go to space.
Hey, who knows, man? Let's push this enough. Maybe we'll make friends with Elon Musk. Maybe he'll send us up there.
I've got Elon Musk on speed dial, and then I woke up.
I was going to say, man, no one uses speed dial anymore. Kids these days don't even know what speed dial is.
They wouldn't know what a telephone was if it smacked them in the face and said, "Hi, I'm a telephone. You know how to use me?"
Man, what's the hashtag for? There ain't even a Twitter app on this.
Nope. What am I supposed to do? You turn the dial.
Oh, you talking about rotary? Yeah.
Rotary. Take them back.
Right.
Put them in a cabin with a rotary phone and a TV with bunny ears and a UHF dial on it and see what they do. Oh, They want internet, they can have internet. There's going to be a computer in there, and it's going to have dial-up. It's going to have that 56K modem in there. Let them see what we went through. Oh, God forbid they try to go to Facebook on a dial-up modem.
YouTube, anything.
Anything that they like to. But what? No Wi-Fi? What-Fi? There's no such thing as Wi-Fi here. We don't know what Wi-Fi is. So that would be a great experiment. That would be a great social experiment. No, think about it. I'm patenting the idea. Anybody out there listening trying to steal my idea, I'm suing you. Don't play. You better cut that check.
Reality TV, man.
You take a bunch of teeny boppers, millennials, or what have you, put them in like a cabin setting or a home setting for 14 days with 1990s tech. Let's see what happens. Actually, 90s tech. Yeah, we won't go to the 80s, but we're going 90s tech.
We'll go
mid-90s, like 1995 tech, and see how they handle it. Hopefully there'll be no suicides. They should have therapists on site.
Oh my God, man, that just got dark.
Think about it. Oh my God, I can't get Snapchat. I can't see my story. They're gonna shoot themselves with a mayonnaise jar. Alright, that just got really weird. Okay. We can take that whole part out. We can take that whole social thing part out.
Maybe we'll keep it in. I'll think about it. But speaking of a throwback, geeks the world over rejoice. I found out something that I think is truly amazing because, I mean, not only do we have, if you're an RPG fan at all, you know Kingdom Hearts just got re-released. The full package, 1.5 and 2.5 on PS4, which is nice having everything there. We knew it was coming. But what's really nice, and I didn't know about, is they actually gave a PS4 Pro patch. So you're taking games that were originally 30 FPS on the PS2 and they're now full 4K 60 FPS. It's gorgeous watching this demo footage and I was pretty mind blown. I'm actually really considering upgrading my rig after seeing that. Not gonna lie.
Is that right?
Yeah, not gonna lie. I've been looking for a reason to upgrade. I might have it.
And the reason to upgrade is what?
Man, you just don't realize these geeks. We love Kingdom Hearts. It was part of our childhood, teen years. I mean, it wasn't childhood. I was definitely in my teens when I played it. But the cultural impact. But
dating himself.
Yes, I am dating myself. But this phenomena is now back to it's completely restored and it looks amazing. And it's 60 FPS. 60 FPS is a key to my heart. But you're running it completely in native 4K. That's really dope. The only thing that would make that better is if it came out on PC, which unfortunately Square Enix is really bad about.
I don't know. They're not really fans of the PC.
The PC gets love. It just gets love much later, and it gets Final Fantasy 13, which was universally the worst game in the series. Not bad, definitely not the best. They got all of those games. They got the ports.
That's kind of sad because actually, maybe that says something about my taste because I actually like Final Fantasy 13, both of them.
No,
Lightning was I like the whole story behind Lightning.
I pre-ordered 13 and I beat it within a week and I enjoyed it. I really like it, but it is definitely not the best. And my biggest problem with that would be the characters, because the characters are really flat. When you go back and play it the second time after playing something else with really nice cast of characters, even Final Fantasy 15, I like the characters there. There's no depth. They're very cookie cutter, and the one character that has any personality is a stereotype.
Yeah,
Saz.
very much so.
I love Saz, but he's literally, the Japanese were like, we want to make him like Lionel Richie. So he's going to talk like, he looks like Lionel Richie, and he talks like Danny Glover. I'm too old for this. I'm too old for this. That's all he does. But at least he's funny.
Yeah, he's a big stereotype. When I saw it, I'm like, really? Really, Square Enix? This is your idea of what black people are and how they act. It's okay.
The Japanese really don't get black people. They really don't, and they don't.
No, but
get.
But
black
they
people.
really do. We just don't. There are so many black Asians that are there, but because the fair skinned Asians are the ones that are glorified as beauty, are the ones that we see all the time, and the ones that are out there. Anything else is just not the same. The culture is the world is so messed up. It's focused on what the West likes and what's going on in the West. It's like, do you guys not realize how nasty this whole thing was built? It's just wrong. Anyway, enough about that. This is not that type of podcast.
Well, hey, we had a little room to blabber in there, and I like doing that from time to time. So anything else random pop up over the last few days I forgot to mention?
No, I'm too focused. I'm excited for that 4K NASA stream. I'm really debating on what I'm gonna do as far as I'm not. Well, I was thinking about the Galaxy S8 Plus, but it's really not that exciting for me. It's not. It's not. It's it feels great in the hand. It looks beautiful. It's a very nice phone. I'm gonna continue using my rotten apple, sour apple 7 Plus, and I'm gonna make my mind up in a few months. I mean, 5 months is not a long time. So if there's a 8 and it just hands down the most gorgeous phone I've seen in a long time, then I'll go ahead and I'll go for a round 2. But between that and the NSA claiming they had Windows, trying to give themselves more
fear,
street cred than they already have, I don't get it.
Me neither. Well, I want to hop back to the Galaxy S8 because I was actually thinking this to myself, because I always see the price tag and I'm like, this is incredibly overpriced, especially when you sort of look at when you compare it to the LG G6, which retails $650, and amazingly Sprint
same specs. It's the same specs. It's the same specs.
Yeah, within like 5%, it's pretty much the same kind of experience. But I did actually start to see some value in the pre-order package, however, because if you get it at launch, you're actually getting much more of your money's worth. Because first things first is, it's hard to imagine, but besides Apple and Samsung, very few people include headphones in their smartphones, and Samsung is packing some high quality AKG headphones.
Yeah, they upgraded their headphones on this one. I gotta give them that I gotta give them the props on that. Plus, they're still rocking the 3.5 millimeter jack too.
Yes, they're.
But Samsung, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
You're good.
Again, they came with that single speaker.
I know. I hate it
at the bottom.
I hate it too.
What the hell, Sam? I don't understand it. They still came with that horrible speaker.
Ooh, but one more piece of value though, the main thing, pre-order, everyone gets the AKG headset, which is really nice. So that's a $100 headset, give or take. So you can say the regular S8 basically costs the same as the LG G6 when you factor them in, okay. But you're also getting that cool Gear VR, the Gear VR 2.0 with, which is really cool. Now it comes with its own controllers.
Yeah, but I don't think that's still enough to entice me over when the battery is 3,500 milliamps.
And that's a kicker, yes. Which is you do know, like, because apparently every review.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just realized that I was wrong. I just remembered because the G6 has 821 processor, not the 835.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna run the same. They're gonna run the same. TouchWiz is so resource heavy. They're gonna run the same. Yeah. If not, this G6 is probably gonna run actually a tad faster.
The G6 probably run faster because LG is really close to a stock Android experience.
Yeah, it's a super anemic skin, but okay, so and also every tech tuber I watch is pointing this out. But did you know that the S8 is shipping 1080p resolution by stock?
Yeah, you have to turn on the highest one. Yeah, I know that, which I'm okay with, but I would think that you would have your highest resolution set with a warning when you go through setup saying, hey, you're set at 4K, but if you want to save battery life, we can bring you down to 1080p. And here, this is how you do it if you want to change it later. Something like that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Give the user the opportunity to dumb it down a bit.
This speaks to a couple of things. First, it speaks to the ignorance of the consumers, and I'll point them out first, because most consumers don't even...
What you call me, Willis?
Most consumers don't even realize that Samsung is rocking a resolution 4 times that of a 720p screen. Yes, 4 times a regular HD screen, which is a lot, but it also speaks to the arrogance of Samsung for having such a high resolution and now realizing that it can't push the battery life that they want, so they're going to dumb down the experience and say, oh, well, you can bump it up, but we're going to rate everything at this much lower usage level, and we're going to claim that you can get all this performance, and then if you bump it up to what it's supposed to run at, then now your experience is going to suffer in terms of performance and battery life.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just kind of bums me out because I know that they're targeting the performance of 1080p. So I mean, I'm rocking an S7 Edge now, and I can feel that I like to keep it at 1440p, but I can definitely feel that it's a lot more resource intensive running in 1440p versus 1080p, which it should, because that's about a 25% pixel increase, so 25% more load. But man, when you have a screen that large, you really should just... You see how thick the LG G6 is compared to the S8? And that's fine. That's fine. We want that. Please give us bigger batteries. We don't care about being thin. You're too thin. Put some meat on them bones.
Well, the plus anyway. I mean, the 3,000 milliamp on the 8, I think should be 35, and I think the plus should have like a 4,000 or 4,200, even a 4,500 milliamp battery, because that would make more sense.
That would be so nice.
Because they can make it longer. They can, I mean, or just make it thicker. Make it a little bit thicker. People aren't going to be mad because the phone just a few millimeters. Make it 3 millimeters thicker. I don't think anybody's going to really complain about that, knowing they have a battery that can last more than all day. And be charged at 4.0 speeds. Oh, I'm sorry, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
If
2.0
that.
speeds. 2.0. 2.5.
Probably like 2.5, almost quick charge 3.0, but yeah. So, I mean...
Just fast enough to where people be like, oh wow, that was fast.
Yeah, just because it's so much more bearable to have a thicker phone than to carry around a battery pack or to carry around a charger with you everywhere you go. Or just a charging cable. Like, my battery drains. I really wish that... I have a 3,600 milliamp hour battery, and I can't imagine how that 3,000 is going to work because I'm not fully satisfied with this 3,600 milliamp hour battery.
And the LG G6 has a 3,300 milliamp battery. 3,300 is a good number for a phone like that size. It's comparable to the S8, not the 8 Plus. And then when you look at the Snapdragon 821 versus 35, the quad core are only different by 100 megahertz or millihertz. So you're right. You're absolutely right. And they're not going to know. Users aren't really going to notice a difference in speed or performance. They're going to have a very identical experience.
Yeah, it's mostly, in terms of the chips, it's mostly on an architecture level, what you can do with it. Your quick charge 3.0, your LTE bands and stuff like that Qualcomm enables you to do that people are going to notice most. But I mean, it's also just because Samsung is going to be so resource heavy because they keep dropping features that are redundant on top of everything. Bixby. But folks, I think that's going to wrap it up. We've rambled far too long past the itinerary, so thank you for sticking with us. What else you got to say, man?
I just want to give a shout out to our friends over at Team Xbox. You got Xbox questions, you need tips and tricks, or any type of questions you ask. So they run a great community over there. Nothing against the Xbox Ambassadors Club over there, because the Xbox Ambassadors, ex-Microsoft Xbox. I'm actually an Xbox Ambassador. We do a great job for free helping our community because the passion is there. You log on, you ask for help. We're there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you figure out what your problems are. But our friends over at Team Xbox, they're great at doing a very similar thing, and check them out, guys. It's a great community to join. Just be a part of as many communities to get get your hands on as many resources as possible to get the information that you need and support that you want. And the team at Xbox, they're a great group of guys.
Nice. Oh, and if you want to check out the Twitch community, better watch out because your boy is over here on Twitch, twitch.tv/trash9boat. I'll be streaming late night almost every night, so come catch me, recommend some games, come hang out, I'll be there.
And you can catch me on Twitch as well, Sleepy the Don, that's SleepyTheDon. We're on there, check us out.
Stay live, stay lit. Thanks guys, y'all have a good night. Peace.